Hey everybody, Rockfarmer here, and welcome back to Terratech. It's been a long time since I played this game, probably about 4 weeks, and not because I didn't want to, but just because there was so much else going on right now that I didn't really have time to do what I wanted to do, and I didn't have time to record, and thankfully everything lined up pretty well with the release of the new game, or the new update for 0.7. Now what happened for me was that when they started releasing the unstable versions, this save here didn't perform very well. It crashed all the time and it was very frustrating. So I figured, I thought I was gonna have to abandon this save here, and I started a new world and kind of tried to grind through everything so I could get back to this spot here. But then 0.71 came out and I decided, well, let me at least try it. And here we go. We have a stable save. I've been playing around with this for a little bit. Everything seems to be working just perfectly. So here we are, crashing into trees. Yeah, I had to go watch my old episode just to see what I said I would do. And it turns out that I wanted to build a platform, helicopter platform, and I've done that. It's that thing right there. It works okay-ish, but these things are still kind of tricky to land. And once they're on there, they're just kind of stuck, so they're not very maneuverable. I do have another idea for what I can do there, but I've had a little bit of change of heart. I kind of do want to have my base down in the flats here. Mainly because it's so much more practical, and see how much clutter there is everywhere. Like, this is from all the text that keeps spawning in all over the place, and it's gonna be so much more convenient to have text that just easily roll out, and I can still just have a harvester tech that goes up here and does whatever it needs to do. So I figured I would probably either move down right there or I would go find a new base location. But first I have to go and tear this whole thing down, which is going to be a lot of fun with the SCU units. So let's land right there. I do love my little flyers here, they're so much fun. Let's grab some SCU units and place them around. Just strategically put them, yeah, I don't know, anywhere, because I'm planning to make this whole thing break down. And you are kind of stuck. Let's fly you over a little bit like that, and we'll put one here. Unless I have another cab hidden somewhere in here, which is possible. Everything should break apart now when I do. Oh, there it is. Dope. So we'll take that off. And big magic trick. Boom. There we go. Everything goes flying. Yep. That's a really easy way to clean up. And we lift this thing up here. Put it down and break that block. There we go. Easy cleanup. Alright, so here we are. I kind of cleaned up everything. Just tore down all my towers, and all I have left now are these couple of these SCU units and some random text here and there. I'm probably going to see if I can find some way of transporting them down there. And we got the last one back here. So now I have a complete mess of text and stuff around this GSO trading station. So I gotta figure out what I want to do here. So far so good, but it's kind of like it's time to get serious. First off, we need some base defense. We need to find a proper location for the base, and then we'll take it from there. So I'm out scouting out the area a little bit just to figure out where I want to put my base. You know what? It doesn't really seem to matter too much, like where you put your base, as long as you have enough space. And I kind of like this area in here because it is really a very small flat area. I have access to lots of trees very close by, which is something I'm gonna have to have with the techs that are required to fight these days. Because, oh, that's a cool looking venture thing. The size of the techs that are spawning in right now are just monstrous. And honestly, the only way to really get rid of them is to have lots of batteries, lots of shields, and lots of megaton cannons, and deal with them that way. But those groups of 5 or 6 are like crazy. I've also... Oops, that's really loud. Sorry. I also put down the different... like, if you're curious, if you look at the fabricators, and you can see what materials are required to build an item here, you can also say, well, what am I going to get out of an item? So if you're in a pinch for certain materials when you're crafting stuff, like for example, I need to craft myself some... hello. Why you not work? There you go. I need to make some mobile furnace generators, and I can see what I... Oh, it's because I'm too far away, isn't it? I'm gonna need a lot of plumbite, a lot of titanium, and a lot of rhodius. The tall solar generator is your best rhodite source from all the blocks I've checked. Anyway, I can't find one that's better. Titania is very common in the Geocorp, and plumbite is very common in the GSO block. So it shouldn't be too hard to set up a bunch of these or craft them up. But we do need some base defenses now. I bought this tech here. It's one that I designed not too long ago. And it's a pretty nice tech. It's a bombarding unit, so it will... See, it's tilted at an angle, so when you shoot, it shoots at an angle, meaning you get a very long range. So you can still engage other techs without them engaging you back. So we'll just go over there. Take out that cool tech there. But yes, I do need like a combat tech that has the right amount of batteries and shields and everything in order for it to be viable in the long run. So there's a lot of stuff that needs doing here. But first thing I'm gonna do is figure out where the base is gonna be, the center point of the base, and then I'm gonna use this method I showed, where you can call in techs that you have built to get the right positions for them, and you can get this very nice circular shape with them. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. Okay, so I have been checking out the area here and kind of decided that I want this area here to be a center point. I've also saved my game in case I mess up, because I have not been able to test this method yet in a game, and it's going to be quite expensive. So I barely have enough money to buy all the parts that I'm gonna buy. But the first thing I need to do is go, let's see here, go exactly 88 blocks south from where I want my center to be. And this is where we're gonna put in our payload terminal, from which we will buy the first tech. So let's just check that we're happy. That looks about right. We're gonna have to remove this thing here. And now would be an excellent time to save my game. I will be right back. Alright, I saved my game. So the first thing I'm going to do right now is to buy the tech that will actually signify the very, very center of my base on demand. So this is 8,000 and it should pop out right there. And that tech is moving around over there. That's actually not very good. Let's get this with us, because I don't want it interfering with how the base is gonna be. So let me bring the payload terminal over there. I don't need this thing here either. And let's go move you out of the way. Alright, so if you don't know, there's some very specific mechanics that takes place when you're buying a tech. And you can actually utilize that to create symmetrical shapes. And you can even build specific shapes that will almost interlock. And that's the really cool part. So I'm gonna commit to this, and it's gonna cost me about every penny I have here. So I'm gonna put the payload terminal there. So the tech you are buying will be called in from the very center spot here. I do hope I have enough space. I think I do. I might have to go and move that in a bit again. So let's buy from that one. We will purchase the wall. And I'm just gonna go ahead and do this, and then you can all see how it pans out here, because that thing does not look specifically interesting. But once I buy the wall for the northeast here, let's see if I can find that. Northeast. Please don't mess this up. There we go. Because these are 27,000 apiece, and really it's only just a template. It's only to get a shape. I'm planning to spend the rest of my money, or the rest of my blocks, trying to build this thing here. But you can see I'm calling them in here, and they're not lining up in height yet, but I think it's fine. And then I have another straight segment there, and that will be another one of those templates. And then we get our southeast wall. And what I'm utilizing is basically the fact that the game brings in these components in a very specific order and at very specific locations. So now we have the southeast done. Let's get another. Where were the? There they were. The center template here. And then we're going southeast. No, wait. Southwest. Yeah, I really can't afford to mess this up. This would be bad. My money are going down quickly here. I wonder if I have enough money to buy all the components. It's probably doubtful. So we get that one, and we buy another one. It's gonna be very close on the money. So, and then we have another straight segment Now I might have to go and move my text, I think. And I probably should get rid of this thing here, just in case it messes up with the stuff. Be gone. And you can go away a little bit. That's probably fine. And now we go in here and buy the remaining two, which I cannot afford. Dang it. Okay, this should be the northwest segment here. And we'll have to have two of those. Yep, I need to make a little bit of money. Alright, I think I got enough money now to buy my last little piece. So this should be another northwest segment. And now I am completely broke. Which is okay. Because this is gonna be awesome. So let me get over here as the day turns, as it becomes day, and I'll take my little flyer and show you from a distance what in fact is going on. I set up a little, like, just scrapping station here. And now I got stuck. Excellent. Frustrating. Let's do that. Alright, let's get in my little favorite flyer. So let's not reveal it yet. Let's wait for the daylight. And see, it's really cool. What you'll see here now is that everything lines up perfectly. When you have a height difference, it seems like they still line up just like they need to. And you can even, like, if I go down here, this is the reason I have all these anchors, by the way. It's just so I can use whatever blocks I want. But I can take my GSO blocks here and continue this line for a little bit. Now that everything has the right position, let's get this back there. Jeez, come on. There we go. Yeah, this whole flying around and sliding around text is kind of frustrating. I wish there was a mandatory handbrake. Oops. You don't need to go there, you can go there, and look at that. You see? It lines up perfectly, or with a very, very small fraction to spare. And, you know, you can even attach blocks here to, if you want the overlap, like that. That's not a problem at all. So this is going to be really nice to work with. I can use this as my wall template and basically just build up my walls as I gather more geocore blocks. Because, oh boy, do you need a lot. You need so many. I was thinking, like, when I was starting the whole building the templates and stuff, I was like, oh, well, I'm gonna do these perfectly designed things, and then I'm gonna design segments here that will have like big gates and all those kind of things. And honestly, since money is so much harder to come by now, yeah, this is probably the best I can do. But I know that everything is symmetrically aligned right now. And the devs have said that in the future, they are going to change it so when you like call in text, you will call in text that I mean, you can use the blocks in your inventory to do it. So that will make this a lot easier. Because it's kind of expensive to pay 300,000 block box for a symmetrical shape. But that's how it is. Let me get to work here a little bit. I'll try to take some more pieces apart. There is one thing I do want to show you all first though. And that is how you change your anchor point. Because right now, if I was going to break this block here, this whole thing would fall apart. And I really want it to sit on that anchor out there. So I need to have this tech here manipulated in a way that it thinks that that is the anchor block. And the way you do that is you lift up your shape here, and I will put the cab on that block instead, and then release it. And now that is the anchor block. So that's something you can do, because I actually don't need this stuff in here. I really just need these two blocks because they line up with that. So I can do something like that. And then I have my shape. So I'll keep working on this, and I'll bring you back here in a little bit when I have gotten some progress done. All right, everybody, I've done some progress here. I have set up a gate over there and moved all my text inside. I've also lowered some of the walls by manipulating the anchor point. So you can see here that this is now a block lower. You can do that. It's a little bit risky because if there's too much undulation in the terrain, you might lose your anchor point altogether, which would be a pain in the butt because you have no way of getting it back in the perfect position. But I'd say all in all, I really like how this is shaping up right now. I would say that, I mean, this is going to be a pretty impressive base, I think, or I hope to make it anyway. If you're curious about this method that I'm using to set up everything here, let me know. I am planning to do a R&D episode on this, so you can basically make your own base and you can make it the shape you want. So I'm gonna try to see if I can create some templates and make them downloadable and all that stuff. So thank you all for watching this one. I'll be back sooner than last time. Have a good day. Bye.